there is an interesting exchange between Yoda and Anakin Skywalker, I believe, in the Jedi Temple, where they are discussing the premonitions, the dreams that Anakin is having regarding Padme in childbirth, where she dies in childbirth in his dreams. And of course, preceding that, he had dreams about his mother being in harm with the Sand People. And so they're discussing, and Yoda, in trying to get to the bottom of this and provide Anakin with advice, says that ultimately attachment leads to jealousy. Attachment leads to jealousy, the shadow of greed, that is. And Anakin asks, "What must I do, Master?" And Yoda says, "You must train yourself to let go of everything that you fear to lose." And I find that quite profound. And let's get straight to black on black violence and our young black men and knife and gun crime and the whole violence that it surrounds black men culturally in this scenario of violence. And young black men are attaching themselves to the trinkets of wealth, the things that would make them civilized. They are in the pursuit of the power of transformation. That is to transform themselves into something other than the hated, excluded African self. The African self that is excluded from society, that is not deemed civilized, that is deemed savage. And so they want to diss themselves. They have a hatred for the excluded African self, and therefore they seek the power of transformation. And I believe that this is the African condition of psychopathy. Because what we're having, this attachment means that we have to have these trinkets at all cost. And we have a jealousy as we're looking at our black brothers, our black brothers that we're in competition with, to the race to the top to be loved on Eurocentric terms. In terms of the amount of power we have to transform ourselves into what is deemed civilized. And we will murder one another for these trinkets in this race for wealth. We must have it. And this jealousy leads to murder. And that is greed, because we are reaching outside of what we ought not to have in order to be loved. We want to be loved on Eurocentric terms, and therefore we seek the power of transformation. And that is greed, a greed that is killing us, literally through psychopathy. Okay, and we need to train ourselves to let that go, because only then can we be truly loved on our own terms.